Coming into the Cheltenham Festival last year, Favori De Champdou was a horse I was very interested in with his handicap mark in mind. He was rated 137 in Ireland, and he actually ran at Cheltenham off 141 or rated 141. But after winning a couple of races over 3 miles, he won a maiden hurdle, he then won a novice hurdle, and then he actually won a grade 2, beating, let's be clear about it, who's a decent horse in his own right. You can see Jungle Pros and Calanisi Starred set good R figures as well. Favori De Champdou, then he ran in the wrong race, but the right race. You can understand why. He was staying on strongly every time over 2.5 at over 2 miles 7, and dropping back for the Martin Pipe probably wasn't, even in hindsight, probably wasn't the right decision. He might have been outpaced, ran on strongly, but not actually been able to challenge. They chanced their arm. They ran in the Albert Bartlett at the grade 1, and he pulled up. He disappointed, sent off 12-1. It wasn't a race that a lot of horses actually finished. Only 9 actually finished out of the, 18, 19, 20 runners. Only 9 actually managed to finish the race. It's a real attritional race. I think some people call it the boat race. And it does find a lot of horses out. And I think that demonstrated that he probably wasn't grade 1 company by pulling up there. I'd like to have seen him finish in the top 5 to suggest that he was proper grade 1. The one thing I would say, though, the horse he beat previously, let's be clear about it, did run well, finishing 4th. So maybe it was a bit of a disappointment at Cheltenham in the Albert Bartlett. Favori De Champdou then went to the Irish Mirror Novice grade 1 at Punchestown and finished a decent 4th, never really involved. Wasn't ever going to win the race. You can see he only ever traded as low as 8.2 from his 26 starting price. He went off 16-1 for that race. The front 2 were definitely the best 2 in the race, Gaelic Warrior and Affordable Fury. And he can only do one of 2 things, really, Favori De Champdou now. So he's currently rated 137 in Ireland or 141 in the UK, but that might drop slightly after disappointing at Cheltenham in the Albert Bartlett. He can do one of 2 things. He could either go over fences, which probably I think is what they might do, but my analysis isn't what I think they might do, it's what I think they should do. What do I think they should do? They should stick him over hurdles or stay over hurdles, and they should target the handicaps. So off 141, he would get in a Pertemps final, which is over 3 mile at Cheltenham. And I think that would really suit him in handicaps rather than against graded horses. Now, there is a race that he could run in at the beginning of the season. It's I'd probably be aiming him at the same sort of race that Eric Bloodaxe ran in last year. He finished second in a Pertemps qualifier, having been well beaten in Albert Bartlett the year before. And that's where I'd like to see Favori De Champdou run in that qualifier, get him qualified for the Pertemps final, and then decide what they want to do in terms of, do they want to go over fences or do they want to stay over hurdles? I honestly think if he could turn up in a handicap off anywhere around 145 or lower for the Pertemps final, I think he would go really close. He's definitely not grade 1, top class grade 1 company over hurdles. As demonstrated by pulling up in the Albert Bartlett and also finishing 4th in the grade 1 at Punchestown. So they can only do one of 2 things. They can go over fences and hope that he's better over fences, or they can stick to hurdles. Now, I really don't like trainers that rush horses and go straight over fences when they've had 1 season novice hurdling. What's the harm in going 1 season over novice hurdles? First, the fact that he wasn't winning those graded races or even getting really close in those grade 1s, he would have to improve massively over fences to be worthwhile of chasing those grade 1 novice events and subsequently grade 1 open events over fences. So keep him over hurdles, aim for the Pertemps final, get him qualified at the beginning of the season in that qualifier at Leopardstown, and then decide what they want to do with him. But I'm hoping they stick him over hurdles, so keep over hurdles, and can turn up in that Pertemps final towards the end of the season.